welcome to Ringside with Kayla. Today I have the undefeated 20-0 Jesus Ramos Jr. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course. I know you come from a family of boxers and your uncle Abel Ramos fights as well, and you are trained by your dad. How was that experience, coming from a family of boxers and having your dad be in your corner as well?
I think it's perfect. I feel like there's so much, well, just because family, we share a connection. Um and I don't know, I just feel like everything it makes everything much easier. From the weight cut, from training, from training camps, all of that. It's just family. Especially I think our family is just very always very, very united. So for me, I enjoy it a lot more, and having my dad as my coach as well, it's great. I mean, it was just everything was easy for me. I just grew up in boxing, and I don't know, seen it my whole life. I think it made the boxer that I am today.
And growing up, did you know that you wanted to pursue boxing because of your family, or was that something that came naturally for you?
Yeah, it was more. For some time I tried soccer, I tried different sports for the same reason because my family was into boxing, and I didn't want to be like that. I didn't want it to be like they forced me into boxing and stuff like that, or the different stuff. So I tried other sports, I tried doing other things, and now I just always like boxing. It was always box for me, so I stuck with it.
I think it's really cool how you and your family are all involved into boxing. And also, not too long ago, you were on one of the undercards for the Plant versus Benavides fight. How was it being able to fight on the same undercard with your uncle and having your dad there as well with you?
Yeah, we've shared some great cards like that, pay-per-view, big events. It's great for me. It's just an honor. You know, whatever outcome of the fights, I think it's just an honor to be sharing. It's great. We always used to see pay-per-views, my family would always get together, buy the pay-per-view, have a cookout. And now we're a part of the pay-per-views and big events like those. So I mean, like I said, it's just an honor, and we enjoy it a lot. We try to see everything in. We try to just enjoy the whole moment, and yeah, I think that's what we do. We're always so grateful to be able to compete the same night, same review events, all of that, and I think it just helps us enjoy the night a lot more.
Do you and Abel ever train together?
We actually do our training camps today. Our everything together. We don't spar now because obviously different opponent, different styles. We have to bring in other sparring partners. But before, when we were coming up, when I was coming up, and if he wouldn't have any like tough fight, whatever, we would spar. We would help each other get ready. And yeah, I think now it's just level, so we have to be sparring partners. But before, like I said, it wasn't as high of a level, and we were able to help each other get ready for fights.
And on that same undercard with the Plant versus Benavides fight, you defeated a highly touted prospect, Joey Spencer. How was that experience getting that victory over him?
It was it was great. I feel like a lot of people didn't know me before that fight. Um, and I that's why I took that fight. I knew a lot of people were gonna tune in. I knew a lot of people believed in him, so I knew it would help me if I beat him to just put my name out there a lot more. Have to get more recognition in it. I feel like I was an underdog for a while. With that fight, it helped me open a lot of eyes.
And what was your reaction whenever you found out that you were going to be on one of the undercards for the Plant versus Benavides fight?
It was huge, especially when they told me I was co-main event. That was a great moment. I still remember that day. I was in the gym. I was getting ready for it. They told me that they were gonna give me a fight date soon. Then they mentioned Joey Spencer, and I was really motivated. I'm really excited because of the name. I knew he was gonna be tough. So I was really excited about that. And then they told me, you co-main event. That was huge. It was. I mean, I myself was excited for a fight like that. For Benavides versus Plant, and now to be on it and as co-main event, it was huge for me. It was a great moment.
That's amazing. I remember watching that fight, and I had such a fun time watching you fight. And outside of boxing, what would you say is some of your hobbies and interests that you have?
Well, first of all, thank you for tuning in the fight and for enjoying it. And outside of boxing, there's nothing really much. I mean, like this weekend, I'm just gonna watch boxing. The Haney versus Lomachenko fight. So it's just everything is boxing. I like to go to boxing fights. Local here, I think there's a lot of talent here in Arizona, and I like to go support it. I spend a lot of time with my family. I have, like I said, a pretty united family. And we always try to do cookouts, try to visit each other as much as we can. I also have two little French bulldogs. And I like to, take them out to the park, little stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have a lot of hobbies outside of boxing.
And also, I have a French bulldog too, and I love them so much. So that's really cool. And but yeah, and growing up, who were some of your favorite boxers that you like to watch?
My all-time favorite is Ricardo Finito Lopez. Um, that's my all-time favorite. I also like to watch Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez. Um, yeah, but Juan Manuel Marquez as well. He was more of when I was little as well. But I think it's because I liked Juan Manuel Marquez's style. I used to watch him, and then that's when I started seeing Ricardo Lopez. He was obviously retired when I was born and watching fights. But I discovered him because of Juan Manuel Marquez, and yeah, ever since I saw Ricardo Finito Lopez's style, I don't know, I liked it a lot. I tried to implement some of his things into my style, and yeah, he's my favorite boxer.
Were you able to meet any of them?
No, not yet. I was able to meet Marco Barrera. He was also one of my favorite boxers. I was able to meet him. I actually we did a podcast together for his podcast, Un Don Mas. So it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience, and he's a really great guy.
What's been your biggest challenge as a boxer?
Biggest challenge as a boxer, I think it's always the weight cut. I don't know. I think that's always been a challenge. I'm sure it's not just for me, but for everybody. Just having to cut weight, um, having to eat less, all of that, and yeah, that and just being away from family. I've had to go away for training camp. And then when it was COVID time, I actually had a fight in a bubble where it was just me and my dad. There was no, my mom couldn't be there. Nobody could be there. It was just me, my opponent, and their coaches. So it was weird. It was weird at the beginning. I was glad I was able to fight though because of, everything that was going on. But it was weird, and I think that was tough. Just being locked up, basically locked up for a whole week. I couldn't even go out to, I don't know, walk around. Um, you couldn't go outside. Once you were in the hotel in the bubble, there was no going outside. It was your room to the gym, back to your room, and I think that was tough. That was a tough time, but those were also weird times, for everyone. So we just had to adapt.
And what would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from boxing?
Um, there's been a lot, but I think the biggest one has been, be humble. Just being humble is I think it's just a big factor of everything, and I think we're seeing it more and more. A lot of fighters aren't humble. They start to believe that they're better than what they are, and they start working hard, and that's when they start, losing. We've seen it a lot with prospects. It's it's very common nowadays. So I feel like I think it was more because of Floyd Mayweather. He'd always trash talk. We saw with Adrian Broner, he tried to trash talk just to what it did, and we saw what happened to him. So I think that's what I've taken away from it. Just be humble, be you. I try to never lose myself. Because we are growing. I mean, thankfully, a lot of people are starting to get to know me more. So I just try to be humble and not lose myself, like I said, and just work hard, like I always have. Hard work that got me here. I try to implement it and even work even harder to go to the next level.
I really like how you hold that value to yourself. I think it's very important for everyone, to have that for themselves. But I really like how you worded that, and I'm so excited to see more from you in the future. But lastly, what can
Thank
you
you.
tell the boxing fans for what's next for you?
Right now we're still working on a date. I think everything is gonna be finalized once maybe Crawford and Spence get it together. If it's able to happen, hopefully we can get on the. If not, I think September is gonna be my date, but we'll see. We'll see how things play out this next week with the negotiations between Crawford and Spence, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully we'll have word in another week.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Of course.
Thank you.